This is my slightly amended version of a folk song called Today Is Not My Lucky Day, written and sung by Steve Love from the Isle of Wight. The song is about a married man from Cosham who thinks it is his lucky day when he goes off for a naughty weekend with his girlfriend in Ryde on the Isle of Wight. He tells his wife he's going to watch a snooker match in Chichester, but his wife finds out and it is not his lucky day when she does. Tonight is not a lucky day. There's a fellow up in Cosham who says things are looking bright because he's got a secret lady friend who lives in Ryde on the Isle of Wight. And she asked him for the weekend and said he should stay the night, and he said, things are going all my way. So this fellow up in Cosham told his wife of his intent to spend a night in Chichester watching a snooker event. She said, go and enjoy yourself, so off he up and went, thinking, whoa, this is my lucky day. It looks like it is my lucky day. He took the train from Cosham down to Portsmouth Harbour Station and hopped aboard the ferry full of keen anticipation. And his weekend in Ryde with his lady friend lived up to his expectation until she said, it's time you got on your way. He said, yes, I know, I will get a taxi fare. And the driver said, let's go, the last ferry will soon be there. I will run you down Ryde Pier and drop you off with time to spare. And he said, this is my lucky day. It looks though this is my lucky day. Well, the taxi seats were ruby-like, those old Fort Zephyr were. The night outside was groovy and foggy, and everywhere a blur. They turned on to Ryde Pier, but the pier was not there. The next thing they know, they were falling through the air. The captain of the Shanklin ferry boat, with sweat upon his brow, is shouting at the helmsman, you kindly tell me how we pranged that ruddy pier, and now it's hanging off our bow. In the dark and foggy night, they had lost their way. When the taxi hit the sea, it sank and did not stop, but thankfully they were thrown clear by the drop. Surprised to be alive, he clambered back on top and said, this is my lucky day. It looks though this is my lucky day. Soon people came along to fix Ryde Pier and clear the mess, and brought the pier back together and repaired it with success. Then someone took a photograph and sent it to the press up in London over the Fleet Street way. The chap got back to Cosham and he gave his wife a kiss and said that was quite a snooker match, it was not one to miss. But she held up the telegraph and said, what the hell is this? She kicked him up the bum and hit him over the head with a frying pan, and she did not miss. He cried out, oh, 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 and she said, I don't think today's your lucky day. Yes, he said, whatever you say, now you're gonna pay. Today is not your lucky day. And she hit him with the frying pan again and said, today is not your lucky day. Today is not your lucky day, as Steve Love's wife said to him.
1983 that was.
What's that?
1973, sorry,
So quite a
1973.
while ago then.
I remember when it happened because yeah. Steve apparently he said the last time I saw him he sang that song, and
Okay.
he said that he actually he lives quite near the taxi driver.
Okay.
That's where he got the story from.
Okay. Then he wrote a song about it.
And he wrote a song about it. Yeah, but it was the other classic thing was the boats they used to have in the ferries they used to have in those days. They had a head in the stern, or a lavatory, shall we say, right at the stern, which was the bit that hit the pier. There was apparently some lady using the facilities at the time.
That
And
was a true story then.
oh yeah, it's totally a true story. I can remember the hole in the pier. But the Shanklin was an amazing boat. She was always getting if any ferry got into trouble, it was the Shanklin.
Okay.
She even went up on Ryde Sands when I was aboard her one time.
Okay.
So and then she ended up eventually when they got rid of those diesel ferries and replaced them with the catamarans. They the Shanklin was sold off to a preservation society who were going to operate her on the Bristol Channel.
Okay.
And she went out and was cruising up and down the Bristol Channel. She went on the rocks.
Oh,
That was the end. That was the end of her.
okay. So it was not its lucky day then. Yeah. Okay. Oh, thanks for that. Great to hear the real story.
That really happened. I can certainly remember it. I wasn't there at the time, but I certainly travelled on the Shanklin.